Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got a balanced rack. Do I have a bingo? Gosh, this looks jolly close. The F is the fly in the ointment. But I'm not seeing a bingo here. I would have airfoils through an I. Foliard doesn't take an S. Rifolas is double F. So what I'm going to do is play just of and leave a good 5-letter set. Fantastic. There is definitely a choice of bingos here. I have liners, nailers, renails, possibly others. I'm not sure about snailer. Don't think that's good. But hopefully something will play. Of does not take an S. It takes none of the tiles I have. It's just F and T. But at the moment, rows G and I are fully available. Okay, well, they're restricted, but Koi takes an S after it. So I do have liners, nailers, and renails, all with S in last place. And the word doesn't get doubled. Now, what about the O? Does that give me a bingo? Well, ailerons, ailerons, alienors. None of those work because of the C. Oof takes an S. Fantastic. So renails takes a T in front, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play aligners for 68. Pretty good. No duplicates, balanced rack, slightly non-bingo-y, but the X is a good scoring tile. Am I sure there's no bingo here? Well, I'm not seeing a 7. And I'm not optimistic in any event, but let me consider the floaters in aligners. Nothing with the A, L, I, N, or E. So, not seeing anything. Where can I play my X? Well, nowhere obvious. And I'm looking, well, I could play max down here. Or mix, probably slightly better. 432. Mix takes a T, which in turn takes an E, but I think I'll hang on to the T to have a lane in row N. This is inviting a fairly high scoring response, but if opponent plays down to this double letter square, then I may have an opportunity for a triple-triple. So is there anything better than mix? So, well, let me just put this back because there is a double lane through this O. Do I have a double? And even if it doesn't involve the X, it would probably be better than the mix play. No, not seeing anything. So I'm coming back to mix for 32. Not great. Not seeing a 7 here, and I don't think I'll have an 8, even if opponent does open up row O. I would have Barry-Roulette through a U. Double R sometimes not a problem, but it doesn't feel great with this rack. I have the ubble ending with double RT. Terrible is ibble rather than ubble. Now, just wondering about Blatia. I think that may be good. I have a slight doubt. Not sure why. Possibly because it isn't good. But if it's good, then... And it's not. Okay. I'm confusing that. But am I confusing it with an anagram of Blatia? Opponent's played Hock. It only takes a K. I don't have one. Not seeing anything through that I. The E is available in 3rd place. No. Now, what I do have is Rab down here for 40. Again, not good, but Ab is. I was looking to split up the duplicates. Lab certainly improves this rack leave. Double R, not really a problem and goes well with T and E. And I'm opening a new lane. I'm going with this. Well, I think again I miss out on a bingo. But I do have a scoring tile in the F, so this is not a problematic rack. Who is going to get the K first? I do have a lead, which is good, but that will vanish if opponent bingos. Wow, opponent doesn't bingo. Gosh, 18 points and opens up column 1. He may have taken the view that the U isn't particularly dangerous, which is correct in the sense of column 1 plays, but I do have turf, which I think sorts my rack out quite nicely for 33. An opponent may also have taken the view that he was providing access to all 3 triple word squares, so he would have access to at least one of them. Now, this looks pretty good. Close to Hordiola, but that's 2 O's, not 2 E's. Diarrhea is a 9 through... Well, that doesn't have 2 E's, so no, I don't have that. Opponent gets 30. I still lead, but only by half a bingo. So, do I have a bingo here? Not with the A. I don't think re-haloed is good. I doesn't look promising. How about the N? No, so not seeing a bingo here. I do. I have a bingo with the F. I have forehead. Wow, that nearly eluded me. Forehead for 67. And not a terrible rack. Slightly unbalanced, only 1 vowel. But the rest of it's good. So if I can split up the duplicates and play off the P, I'll have a pretty good 4-letter rack leave. So I'm looking at pin. I'm expecting opponent to take out row O. Hopefully not with a K. And opponent could easily score 40 or 50 in this spot. I currently lead by 100. Now, do I really not have a bingo? Great, just 36. There are floating vowels, A, I, and E. Just checking these, and I'm not seeing anything. So, what can I do with P and N? So, I do have nap. Only 13, and this isn't the greatest rack leave in the world. Surely I can do better. I don't have a double-double. I have panned it in row B. Fairly rack-wrecking. What about penned? Here, 14 points, and this is a really nice 4-letter set which goes extremely well with A and E. And I'm creating a new lane, but since I've got such a bingo-y rack leave, I'm happy with that. So, what do I have here? Not very much. No. Great. I thought opponent was bingoing, but he's not. Do I have something here? Well, gosh, this feels so close to a bingo. What about stoiting? I don't feel great about this. I think it's stoitered. And it's good. Fantastic. But a pretty horrible pick. And a wide open board, both blanks to come. How can I sort this rack out? I want to play off at least one of W and U. I think Y Rua is good. Not totally sure about that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Fantastic bingo by opponent. 103 points, gets the K doubled. And I now lead by just 3 points. So, how to sort this rack out? An opponent has not used any blanks, so he could be about to have back-to-back bingos. Is there a spot for war, which would get rid of U and W? Gosh, close. Beginning next to the O, but just fails with RI. What about here? War and Pendu. Yes, 22 points. And a pretty good pick. Q with U is usually a good thing to see, and I have the eye of aligners. So I have a keep through that for over 50 points. Just 9 tiles in the bag. And opponent bingos. Again, without using any blanks. Wow. And he's taken my a keep spot. Do I have anything? I have quaint. No, I don't. That's EI. And I trail by 50, so a 50-point Q play would be very nice. Is there a spot for that? Just 2 tiles in the bag. Do I have a double-double through this N? Or even a single play? What? No, I don't have a keep in column 1. EB not good. I do have it in column 3, but that's opening a triple lane. What a shame I don't have a play through I and T. Any other hot Q spots? I feel I do need to play it. So 2 tiles left. If I want to leave myself a chance of bingoing, I need to play off only 2 or 1. And I'd like to play off 2 because I've got so many vowels. I think the only way I can do that is with qua for 12. And hope that I can bingo. This just doesn't feel right. QUI not good. Is there anywhere else but just QU? I'd like to keep these floaters available. I'm going to play just the Q. Am I? Really tricky. What about playing peak? 36 points, 383. I trail by 11, and I might be able to go out in 1. I am going with this. I draw a blank. So opponent's got the scoring tiles, so I'm not going to be able to score enough with this to win, I don't think. I've got Queen in row D, but I'm not seeing anywhere else for a good score. And the final score, 417 to me, 429 for opponent, a winning margin of 12 points, so well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. It was me to go first. I had this rack, looked bingo-y, but there wasn't one, and I played of keeping rails, and although it's a 14-point sacrifice, I think that's worthwhile. Rails is a really good 5-letter set, and of prevents opponent from accessing double word squares and from having 5 floaters. So opponent's rack plays coy, and now I have this dream rack, and this is partly because I kept 5 good tiles. And I have a liners for 68. The 70-point plays open column 1, so I prefer my play. Opponent plays Gauge-O, and I have this rack. I play mix, and you can see down here you've got mixed and mixedy. So I think mix is best, especially as I can retain that hook for next turn. Opponent plays Hook, and I have this bingo-y rack, but there is none. And I play Lab for 40, so I have a 50-point lead. Opponent turns over tiles and opens access to triple word squares. Now I play Turf for 33, but I could have got 7 more points for refront, a double-double in row E. However, I prefer my play. I think the rack leave of DEOR is significantly better than D, and playing Turf stops opponent from scoring from this central triple word square, which looks like being potentially the most valuable. Opponent, struggling a bit with vowels, plays Alive. And now I have Forehead, which was fantastic. It gave me a 100-point lead and some hope for the future. Now opponent could have played Midwife, but plays wide for 36. And this is a rack I sort out with Penned, keeping a decent rack lead, but I could have got 10 more points for Tinned, parallel to Forehead. Possibly worth doing. Now opponent plays Damning, which... where would Tinned have played? K10. Yeah, Tinned would have blocked Damning. Now I have this rack, and I play Stoiting. Could also have played Natitias and Ostinati through the A of aligners. So I'm in pretty good shape. My lead now back over 100. But here we go. Opponent gets a 100-point bingo. I have the U and W. Play War for 22. Yeah, not much more on offer. And a fantastic draw by opponent. Just the solitary bingo. Toilets the anagram doesn't play. And opponent goes into a 50-point lead. 2 tiles in the bag. Wow, Chin in column 12. Interesting. That may have been the play. It would have taken me to within 10 of opponents. Probably too much to hope that I could win from that position, but I think that would have been a better play than Peak. And it would have blocked Zygotine in the same way as Peak does. So no bingo for opponent, but opponent does have a double-double Zugeni through this N, which Chin would have blocked, so another reason why Chin would have been better. Opponent doesn't see that, plays Yes for 35, but it's still too much because the best I can do is Queen, and that's not good enough, and I lose by just 12 points. So what a game. I got off to a reasonable start and had a 100-point lead on a couple of occasions, but then opponent comes back with back-to-back bingos towards the end of the game, one of which scored over 100 points, and that was enough for opponent to hang on for the win. So many congratulations to opponent on his victory. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.